where better to hang out than in the 90s?
What's the difference in process between choosing a book and versus working with your own scripts?
Books are great in that they generally have a lot of deep thinking into character. So I remember I adapted Requiem for a Dream, and that was great because there was just so much behind the characters that just filled in any types of gaps. I mean, screenplays are 120 pages, but with like lots of indentation. So it's the amount of information is very, very slim. A book gives you a lot to kind of pull on and stuff.
The book is quite considerably more violent. So was that a consideration for you to maybe kind of reduce it for an audience?
People have been kind of saying it's pretty violent and intense, the film. I think it's more like how we approach violence. It's not really glorifying violence. It's like violence sucks, which it really does suck in real life. So, you know, you're seeing Austin go through some real pain. The nice thing is you connect with him and sort of like feel bad for him, and I think that's how the audience gets through it.
How did you come about selecting Austin and Zoe for the roles? Were they always in mind when you read the book?
I think when I started working on the film about 2-3 years ago, was the same time I was promoting The Whale, and Austin was doing Elvis, and I met him at a party, and he was a really nice guy. And just looking at his physique, I was like, oh, that guy can definitely play a kind of former athlete. That might be pretty interesting. And then we just started talking, and it slowly came together. Once we had Austin involved, figuring out the role to play his girl, Yvonne, I met with Zoe, but I also like went out and just started to read some people with Austin, and there were a few great candidates, but like no one escaped my mind. I really wanted like someone who could capture like a real New York City spirited person, like, and Zoe's so spirited, so I just kept coming back to her in my head.
And I think that energy was so visible on screen.
They just totally connected and became great friends and just had great chemistry.
And previously, you've mentioned that you don't love filming kind of sex scenes, intimate scenes.
This one wasn't that hard, though. I mean, ultimately, it doesn't go that far, and it's just very steamy and sexy. And so it was very easy and professional, and it's only a few shots.
You've mentioned about this sort of period in New York City as being kind of peak humanity. I know you're from Brooklyn.
Yeah, sorry, London.
Yeah, I know, we'll let you off.
Yeah.
So what is it that you wanted to capture about the Lower East Side for this movie?
I mean, it was just a great time to be alive in so many ways because, you know, the biggest threat was Y2K. And the music scene was amazing. Electronic music was just taking off and booming, and grunge was around, and hip hop was taking over the world. And, you know, Britney Spears was just releasing her first singles. So it was like lots of stuff. The streets were alive with all different types of sounds. I think there's a lot of FOMO for that time. And really what I wanted to do with this film is give people a place to kind of escape to retreat for 2 hours, kind of forget about their lives and have a good time and have fun, and like where better to hang out than in the 90s.
And how did the relationship with the Idols come about? Obviously they soundtracked the film.
I met them. I was first time I was on Jimmy Fallon, and they were the musical guest, and I was just a guest, and I was a big fan already. And then we met, and we became friends. And as the film started to come together, I was like, wouldn't it be cool if Caught Stealing had a house band like Idols? And I pitched it to them, and they were super excited. And then Joe went off, read the script, and came back with all these songs. They're all in the movie. And it just adds a great vibe to it all.
What's the first film that you remember seeing at the movies, and who did you go with?
I went with my uncle, my mom's brother, to see Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Iconic.
Yeah.
Great choice.
Yeah, exactly.